Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an experience like no other. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for The Mary D. Show, where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. The Mary D. Show brings you powerful insights and inspiring stories from a diverse range of guests. Join our incredible host, Mary D. Welch, as she sits down with thought leaders, business owners, and changemakers, sharing their journeys and successes. From career professionals and entrepreneurs to educators and beauty advisors, Mary D. Welch interviews sports figures and health enthusiasts, offering a platform for extraordinary voices. Explore the world of extraordinary people and places in business and finance, homes and real estate, beauty and wellness, education and empowerment, sports and health, and more. Want to be a guest on the show? Call 619-669-8603 or email Mary at marydwelch.com. Visit www.marydwelch.com to learn more.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mary D. Show. As you know, on Mondays at between 1 to 2, we are live, and I'm so glad that you're able to make it today. Because today we're actually on, I think it's like 4 different platforms simultaneously. Normally we're only on 2, which is Facebook and YouTube. But today we're on Instagram. So those of you on Instagram can see us live too. So hi, everybody. I just like to I want to thank our live viewers. Hi, live viewers. Then I want to thank our replay viewers. Hi, replay viewers. Those of you, whether you're watching live or you're watching replay, you know it matters. Just having you here matters. So just know I'm always glad to see you. Now, some people ask this question, which is really interesting to me. I don't know who's watching unless you make a comment. I don't know if you guys know that or not. If you don't comment, we don't know. I have no way of knowing. But if you make a comment, then it shows that that's the people that are watching. But I will say to all of you, thank you. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for watching any way that you watch. Thank you. I also want to thank you, our executive producer. The executive producer for today's show is, as you know, Chai Bay. He's in the background. He is watching. He will be on next month. Oliver comes on at Christmas. Every year at Christmas, he comes on and he talks to you. This time, he's going to have his own. In other words, you'll be able to ask him questions about what he does and what does it take to be an executive producer and all that fun stuff. So that's coming. And this will be new because normally he just sticks his head in and says hi. But this time he's going to get his actual show. This will be Oliver's show. And then I think I can get a couple of the grandkids to come on. I'm not for sure. You know how that is. We have 3 in college, 2 in college. So I'm hoping to get them. And then the youngest one is 2.5. I don't think we can get her on, but you never know. But I always try to introduce you guys to the people that make my life, that they have supported me from day one. And I have them on. So I'm excited. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we have these two gentlemen who I will tell you, I have so much respect for. As many of you know, today, our show, we have 2 gentlemen from 100 Black Men of the Riverside chapter, from the Inland Empire section. They're coming on the show. Inland Empire chapter. They will be here. I am going to introduce them because I want to their bios. I mean, I'm so honored that they took the time. These men are busy, as we all are, but I know you can say, yeah, everybody's busy. They go to schools, they mentor young men. They're very, very involved. And for them to take time to even come to the show, as they know, I just feel, I'm just honored that they're here. They're just 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire alone. Hearing all the things they do, I get so excited about them. So I'm going to read the bio I'll read from first Alonzo Duncan III, and then I'll read you from Antonio Winters. So I'll read his first. And it is, Alonzo Duncan III is a servant, he's a volunteer, and a mentor. He went from correctional officer to parole agent to retiree to independent security consultant. his chances and choices. I too made choices to give me new chances. I am best known for my intensive volunteer work, my big heart, and desire to help those less fortunate and riddled with poor choices, which is a lot of young men in our society. He said, I'm Alonzo Duncan III, and I've had a long and distinguished career in law enforcement. I served for 29 years with the California Department of Corrections Division of Adult Parole Operations as a Parole Agent 1. After retiring, I transitioned to a new role as an independent security consultant, where I specialize in providing personal security for high-profile individuals, high-value assets, and corporations. I am also well known for my commitment to community service. I am passionate about providing second chance opportunities and improving the quality of life for those who live in underserved communities. I coach youth football at the elementary school level and volunteer at various organizations where I counsel and mentor at-risk male adolescents. I am a lifetime member of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated and currently serve as a 12th district chair. Additionally, I am a member of the 100 Black Men of America Inland Empire chapter. I have received several awards and acknowledgments for my community service work, including the Department of Corrections Employee of the Year Award, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Man of the Year, Omega Phi Psi Fraternity Superior Service Award, and the NAACP, the Ernest McBride Award. Throughout my life, I've been committed to public service and making a difference in the lives of others. I believe that everyone deserves a second chance and the opportunity to achieve their dreams. I am proud of the work I have done, and I look forward to continuing to make a positive impact in my community. However, my greatest accomplishment is that of fatherhood. His credentials are for Alonzo Duncan III, Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice, Chaffey College, Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, University of Phoenix, a Master's of Science, Administrative of Justice, Homeland Security, University of Phoenix. And then we have with us Antonio Winters, Mr. Winters. His titles are, he's a mentoring chair of 100 Black Men of the Inland Empire. He's also the executive director of change management and international acquisitions. His education includes, he's a doctoral candidate of business psychology, advanced leadership development, U.S. military, 25 years with the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. His experience, well, gentlemen, you are tough. He's consulting and coaching, organizational management for government and law enforcement agencies, mindset development and transformational leadership, mentoring and personal growth. He's also his completed and current work. He's leadership development for military contexts, mentoring students across Riverside through 100 Black Men of the IE. His why, this is my why, to inspire individuals to look through a different lens, embrace their highest potential, and become the best version of themselves through guidance, accountability, and purpose-driven leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to welcome to the show our two guests for today. And we have one guest who's on the phone, but we have another our gentleman for today coming to the stage. And we have, oh, did I miss him? He was there, Antonio Winters. Hold on. I see your name, but I don't see the picture up. Hold on just a second. I don't know why. I'm going to have you go back out and come back in, Antonio, because it looks like, oh, here you come. That's okay. I see it. It's loading up now. There we go.
There we go.
Right. Welcome.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having us.
Hello, everyone.
I'm just, we can hear you.
You can hear me? Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. Everything went wrong. You can imagine this afternoon. So we had to improvise, and I'm on the phone, but I'm still here.
Okay, you know what? And we'll do another show, and they'll be able to see your face. That's the voice. This is the voice of Duncan III. So we're all here. Let me just say that, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the blessing. So, and thank you. Even though with technical difficulties, think you still showed up.
True.
That's what matters. Well, I'm just ask both of you gentlemen. I was just reading through your careers and everything like that, but let me say to both of you, you have had, outstanding careers in law enforcement. Let me ask, what made you choose law enforcement as a career?
Zoe.
Believe it or not, I come from a law enforcement background. I like to say this: it's the best of both worlds. On my mom's side was the criminals. On my dad's side was law enforcement. And to be honest with you, Ms. Welch, that wasn't my intent to go into law enforcement. But I was out here in California going to college, and just got to the point like, hey, I need a job. I need a job. And I was, I was close to getting out of school. So I remember going up to Fresno State, and they had a law enforcement, I guess what's called a job fair. And they had over 50 agencies there. So me and my guy that stayed in my same apartment complex, we just went through there. And out of the 50, I think I probably applied to like 40, 45. And I said, I don't care what part of California, the first one who calls me, that's where I'm going. So that's how I got into it. And when I got into it, I didn't have to change. It allowed me to be me. Best move I ever made.
All right. I like how you put that. You said one side of the family were the criminals and the other side was law enforcement.
Yes, ma'am.
But
that's absolute truth.
I'm glad you chose law enforcement. Let me just say that now. Okay, I am. I'm glad because you could have went either way. That's what I'm trying to say. You could have.
Oh yeah. Hey, that waiting period. Hey, I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to the audience. That waiting period, it could have went either way, but God had it. He knew what to do with me, so he made it happen.
All right. So Antonio, what made you choose law enforcement?
I'm gonna say faith. I was in sales, and one of my military friends, every time I see him, he will say, "You need to come to corrections." And my reply was, "No, I hate cops." And he would say, "No, man, you'll be good in it." And one day, it just hit me. He said, "Look, man, when we retire, we get 90% our retirement."
Wow.
And I think my whole head did a 360.
Yeah.
And I said, "What?" And he said, "We get 90% of our pay." I said, "Bring me the application."
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Wow. I understand. I think, but then, okay, just like anything else, once you get in, it's totally different than thinking about it. Now you're in, but you stayed in, and both of you stayed over 20 years. So it had to be more than just, it became more personal, I think, than the salaries or anything, or even the retirement. What made you stay in?
So, you first.
What made me stay in my career?
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Ms. Welch. I can remember the first day of going into the prison and I come up, and it kind of goes with the gala. When I was in college out here in the early 90s, everybody either was going into the education or they were going into law enforcement. So, like I said, when I chose law enforcement, I was like, you know what, going into the prison, okay, let's go in there. Now, mind you, I was young. And at that time, you had, who do we have? Pete Wilson was in charge. So, everybody was getting a whole bunch of time, a lot of youngsters. So when I got in there at 21, there was a lot of 21-year-olds, 20-year-olds coming in. So I was just like, man, these dudes, they haven't even lived life. So once I got in there, I can remember an old convict telling me, he said, look, man, there's 200 people to a dorm. it's 1,000, actually 15 people in his yard. If you add acid, and if you add the gym, you just talk to 2 people a day. You never know the change you could make. And like I said, I can't change the world. So they used to be so fascinating talking to me because I'm going home every day. Right. These guys, man, locked up. So I saw the change, and I really enjoyed it. I Again, I didn't have to be me. I mean, I was able to be me. I'd have to change up, do nothing out of the ordinary. It just gave me it was my calling. I'll put it like that. And then when I lateral transferred to the parole division and because they're all under the same department. One is inside, right. One is outside. When I got to the streets, that's when the real help came in. You get guys coming in out of prison. Some of these guys, I think one parolee I had, he did 48 years. So just taking him to getting his first bank account, learning how to catch the bus. And I think I did more help than harm, and I run into parolees and inmates that was in prison that I supervised over the years, and I've never had no problem. Never problem. Because I've never did wrong to anybody. I treated them like human beings.
Right. I think the one thing everybody wants is respect. And when you respect people, then they're going to always remember you for that. They're always going to, honor you for that. And I know we have some comments from our audience. Yasmin Fraser says, I like your blue jumper. And I don't know if that's mine. I guess
it has to be yours.
But Yasmin, okay.
Did something happen to her?
Yeah, I think she left. I don't know. We still on though. Okay, here she comes. Okay, we back.
Okay. That's our executive producer just stepped in to tell me what's going on. Okay. Yeah, can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay. We had Richard Nichols' comment says, congratulations to Brother Antoine for the award on Saturday at our Southern California Achievement Week luncheon. So congratulations.
Really appreciate it. It was glad seeing all the brothers at the luncheon.
All right. And then
well overdue.
Is it? Wow. And then we have another comment. Nanette Mitchell said, the afternoon, Mary and let me see if I can scroll down and scroll up. The comments there, I don't know what's going on with them. I see the one, but I saw a few more a minute ago. So I don't know what happened with them. They're disappearing. Anyway, we're going to keep going. Okay. Another question I have for you guys. I know your educational background is like, wow. Now, who's working on their doctorate? I forget who was working on their doctorate degree.
That's me.
How's that going?
It's challenging by my own self-infliction. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Well, you can tell us about it.
I need to sit down and just actually work on it instead of trying to do everything and still come back and give this a little bit. But Sundays is my day that I sit down and I write my weekly schedule.
Okay.
I need to stick to that schedule instead of, eliminating some things that I should be working on.
Oh,
So it's self-inflicted, but it's not tough when you love it.
No, I know that feeling well. Well, good luck to you on that. Everybody I know that's gone through those programs, it's when you're in the middle of them, it's like you really want to quit. Let me just be honest. But once you get through, it is such a sense of satisfaction. That's what I've heard. So
Yes.
just stay with it. Just stay with it.
I will.
Yeah. And I see this is Richard Nichols says, hello, Oliver and Mary. Hello, Richard. Now, Richard Nichols, we play beer whist together. So we're beer whist, but partners, I guess you could say. Elaine Wilson says, hello, Mary, Oliver, and your two special guests. I finished the WAG right on time today. Glad to join. Hi, Elaine. Elaine is a super fan. And the reason I call super fans, they're here every Monday. That's the blessing. They're here every Monday. And let me interject this real commercial. Starting January, the time is moved till it'll be the Mary D Show live at 5:45. So we're moving to 5:45 instead of 1 o'clock, starting January of 2026. If I haven't already said that to everyone, just so you know. So you can definitely tune in at the end of the year. I think we're going to do something special for the last one. But it's been at this time for 4 years, and it's just time for a change. So we're going to make a change. And let me go on. I saw another comment on here, and this is from, Nanette said, hello, Antonio Winters and Alonzo Duncan III. Nanette is a super fan. Hi, Nanette. Nanette and I live 2 blocks from each other, and we didn't even know it. Can you believe that? And I just had one day, I mentioned to her where I lived, and she was like, you've got to be kidding me. That's only 2 blocks from me. So those things happen. I know. And this is Brenda Pratt. Brenda says, hello, Miss Mary. Hi, Brenda. How are you? And Ruby Diamond. Hi, ladies. It's always good to see you. And they're super fans, too. We have the super fan group here today. So thank you, guys. And thank all of you for stopping by. And, Richard said to you, gentlemen, happy Founders Day.
Happy Founders Day, my brother.
So those of you that don't know what that means, gentlemen, why don't you tell the audience what that means?
Founders Day is the day that Omega Psi Phi was founded, which is November 17th, 1911.
Wow.
And this is our day. This is our Q-versary, as we say.
Q-versary? That's too cute. Oh, all right.
114.
Yeah.
And tell Richard quit asking all the questions. Let somebody else ask the question.
I'm just going okay. This is Elaine said, listen what Elaine, she said, she's going to give you guys some props here. She said, happy 114th Founders Day to my D9 brothers from your Sigma Gamma Rho sister, celebrating its 103rd Founders Day on November the 12th.
All right. We appreciate it, Elaine. We appreciate it, sis.
As well.
Oh, here we go with the D9. Now, here we go. Now, see, we have 2 in our family. We have a Kappa. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but we have a Kappa and we have a Sigma Gamma Rho. Yeah. I have a sister that's a Sigma and we have a son that's a Kappa. So Kappa Alpha Psi. So we have D9 in our family for sure. And I want to make sure I come back and catch these comments. I don't want to miss anyone. Congratulations. You said let somebody else ask some questions.
Yeah, me and Richard Brother Nichols go way back.
Yes.
So you better not tell the story, Brother Nichols.
Oh, no, this is...
I don't know. I might have opened my mouth. He might tell the story, but we go way, way, way back.
He wants me to give him your contact. He wants me to... Charles Radney said, can I give your contact information to him?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I will do that. And it could be, I don't know if it's about your mentoring or not. I don't really know. But I will make sure he gets that. Charles, just so you know, you'll get it. I'll give it to you. I'll text it to you at the end of the show. So you'll have that. Here's Richard. Richard said, hi, Elaine. You guys, I told you the super fans, and that all is. He said all is well. I hope all is well. I tell you now. You guys know Richard has a show after this show, right? You know he has a show. Richard, you can talk. You can put your show in the link if you want to, and I'll talk about. Oh, here's Oliver. He has a comment for you guys. He said, Oliver says, our executive producer. Hi, Mr. Winters and Mr. Duncan. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you share your experience. Also, thank you for repeated audience. Thank you, repeated audience, for your support. Thanks, babe. In the background, he just came in. He said, "You're having a little glitching," and I said, "Oh, thank you for telling me." But we're good. Well, let me ask you, gentlemen. I was trying to catch up with everything, but why is mentorship so important to you? Oh, what happened? Uh-oh, I lost the connection. I hope they'll log back in, I'm sure. But I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, because we just had some technical difficulties, but we're here. I'm sure they'll come back in momentarily, but I want to thank all of you for coming, as you know. But I also want to give you an opportunity. You can text 47 47 47. If you do text 47, just the number is 47 47 47, and you'll be added to the text messages that go out. The text message went out yesterday about the show today. And if you would like to include your email, then your email will be added to the email list. So again, if you're not already on the email list or the text list, text 47 47 47, and you'll be added. And then include your name, your email to that, and you'll be added as so you'll get messages every time there's a show, that kind of thing. And as I remember sharing with you, we are going to on January, the first of the year, we're switching to the new time, which is the Mary D show is live at 5:45, and that's Pacific Standard Time. I know some of you are from the East Coast. We're on the West Coast. We're California time, so we're always we're always three hours behind you guys. So that was one reason the 5:45. Okay, here we go. I just so we're there. You go. We're back on the stage. Welcome back. And okay, this is Richard again, guys. Richard said, Brother Duncan and I are from Gary, Indiana, and are frat and cousins. Wow, I didn't know that. That's what Richard said. You guys are frat and cousins. All right now. And then we have a comment. Elaine said, this is Elaine's comment, and she says, I love the work that you strong Black men are doing with our youth and community. Thank you, Elaine. Don't we? We appreciate you guys. We really do. That's for sure. So thank you for everything that you guys do. Well, let me go. And that was the question I was asking. It was about I don't know if I was asking that or not, about your mentorship program. What is the quality? Like, how do we have you come out to a school, or how does that work? Let me ask you that. Okay, let me move that for Richard. I guess I could ask you, how do you pick your schools to work with? Because I know you mentor, is it primarily middle schools? I don't know why we lose the connection, but that's okay. These things happen. They'll come back. So just let me ask, or have the audience. As I said before, I try to make sure anytime these have to give you a commercial. This is the commercial for those of you. Not only can you come in, you can actually be a Mary D insider. Here's the insiders. If you're an insider, you get there's drawings for free gifts. For many of you know, I'm also an author. There's drawings for the books, autograph copies, and the only time I ever have autograph copies at a book signing, but you can draw for autograph copies of books, all kinds of fun things like that. And then Brenda, hi Brenda. Brenda says she liked this program. Brenda, we love to have you back. You can come. You can be a super fan, Brenda, anytime you want to. And it says, this is Elaine and Richard. Elaine says, Richard, how come I didn't know about your show? I'm still around, but usually in LA. Please keep me in the loop. So Elaine, I will help you. He's on Facebook, and the title of the show is The Sandy Rose Show. So after this show, you go on Facebook and you can go to The Sandy Rose Show and you can find Richard. Now, gentlemen, what are some of the challenges you face as being mentors? Because I know it can't always be easy.
You want me to answer that, Alonzo?
You go ahead. I'll finish it up however we want to do it.
Okay. What are some of the challenges?
One of the challenges is trying to understand what you don't know.
Ooh, that's big.
And most people want to just teach.
Right.
But how can you teach someone you don't know? When you're mentoring, you got to give them the opportunity to be them best selves, not what you want them to be. So me and Alonzo always say, you have to reach the kid before you can teach the kid.
You guys need to trademark that one. That's a good one. Yes.
Alonzo.
No, I agree with 100% with Tony because, and I'm going to say this and we live on air. You have a lot of people within organizations, whether it's D9 and 100 Black Men, they call themselves mentors, but they're not available. When you call yourself a mentor, first of all, it's a 24-hour job. You have to be consistent. One thing about the 100 Black Men, we're 117 chapters strong. That's a lot of chapters. So it's consistent. It's just some of the individuals. And that's right. It's the 80-20 rule. Wherever you go, 20-80, however you want to look at it.
Right.
The biggest challenge to me is, like I spoke on, and it hits me hard, man, when you ask us that, because we deal with that every day. I don't know what's going on with some of these orgs now. These guys want to be, I'm a mentor, I'm this and this. But where you mentoring, who you mentoring, or you just doing this for self-aggrandizement? So my main thing, you have to be consistent. Because you just can't mentor when the times are good.
Right.
What happens when that young man and that young lady, and we've seen that over the last 6 months, that 2 o'clock in the morning call, 3 o'clock in the morning call. That's mentoring when you're available 24 hours.
Right.
When you're going to their sporting events. Tony and I think, Tony, September, October, all our flags were backed up because we just happen to have 6 football players this year. That was our charge. We make sure we go to their games.
Wow.
We even went to a water polo game this year. That was my first time ever going for one of our mentees who plays water polo.
Right.
So we went outside the box and it was very nice. So hopefully to answer your question, that's kind of like a very serious question with me, because as you do this, you're also observing. I yield my time.
Well, I'm just thinking, like you said, you go into the games, you have 6. Does that be between the 2 of you or one of? How does that work?
We go together to support our mentees.
Okay.
So if we got 3 games that day, we go in all 3.
Wow. That's a lot.
Well, if you do for one, you got to do for all.
Yeah. But you already know that what you're doing is so needed in this world. I mean, when those kids, and I play sports, so I know what it feels like to look in the audience or look up and see your mom or your dad or your aunt. If my mother or father couldn't make it, my aunt was there. But someone, an adult in our family, went to everything we did. And it's like you're playing for them. You're playing to make them proud. You're playing. And so it means so much that you're there and you are cheering them on and encouraging them. And you already know you're changing their lives. You are changing lives. And
absolutely. I'll share this with you. We got rain the last 3 days. Friday was a mess. But I think Tony and I had, we have 2 Ruby Bridges events that day, and then the nightcap was the football game. And that rain, it didn't stop. But guess what? They had to get out there and support the young man. And he was very appreciative. And believe it or not, he has a mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And both of his parents were excited that we were there. And that's what it's about, man, because we don't get paid off this. We ain't looking to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's one thing about the 100 Black Men. It's free of charge.
Right.
You gotta have a heart to do it.
Right. Well, I hope more people, I know to get to the web is now, can people join? Can men join 100 Black Men of the IE?
Can they join it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. If somebody's looking to join 100 Black Men, feel free. I'll put my number on air. Air code 909-969-4579. Again, air code 909-969-4579. I'm currently serving as the membership chair as well as the vice president of programs and community relations.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hold on, but I'm just saying this because there may be someone. Do they need to call you, or is there a website they would go to?
Yes, 100bmie.org.
Okay, I will put that in here too. But 909-969.
4579.
Got it. 4579. Got it. Let me see. Okay, there we go. It should show up in a second, and I will put that. There it is. Can you see? I don't know if you can see it.
We can see it.
Okay, if anybody's interested, or you know someone who might be interested in joining, there's the number they can call. I didn't put the website up yet, but you can just call and you would be able to get more information about it, because I definitely want to know. I know we were blessed to be at the gala about 3 weeks ago, and it was an outstanding event. We really had a good time. First class event from the time you walked in, literally. So just know, I just want to tell you guys, I'm gonna give you a hand here.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because you need to know that, because sometimes we attend things and we don't let people know how much we appreciate. I know what kind of work goes into those events. I do. So I'm just saying to all of you, just know that the work did not go unnoticed at all.
And I want to thank the Duncan family, because Duncan had his family working.
Yeah.
I mean, he had them working. So the big ups to the Duncan family.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, Tony. And I want the audience to know again. Hey, the 100 Black Men put it on. We were the finances, but and I know they listen, so I got to give them a shout out. Miss Latrina Duncan, which is my wife, and Latanya Hyperlight, which is my sister-in-law. Them two ladies, I've been with them. I mean, we've been doing this. We've been putting on galas, founders banquets, achievement week banquets. Those are my go-to. We're a good team, and I won't get nobody. I have to give them their props.
Right.
From the inside to the out.
Wow.
They arranged all this. They put it together from the decoration. Ontario Convention Center didn't do nothing but provide the tables. Latrina Duncan and Latanya Hyperlight. 100 Black Men, yeah, we paid for it, but I don't want that to go unnoticed, because they need much more credit that they receive. I appreciate that for them, and I know they're listening.
Wow. Well, thank you, Duncan family, because I've mentioned this to the gentleman. I've told both of you there was excellent. I just want to make sure I said it publicly, because can't wait to go back next year. I can tell you that right now. That's how much we enjoyed ourselves, and we were just happy to attend. So please keep up the good work. Definitely. I wanted to talk with you. I know Antonio has a military background.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And you were what branch?
Army.
Okay. All right. I know that's my husband was Army. Well, you have that
good.
in common.
He's good.
He's a good guy.
Yes, he's a good guy.
Okay. I tell you, this is from Richard Richard Nichols, I can't wait to go on your show. Richard says, the name of my show is The Sandy Rose Show. We are on Monday and Tuesday from 2 to 4 on YouTube and Facebook. And he put don't worry. I go on. I always say, I like to go on and say hi to Richard. And because he's very, as you can see, very supportive of this show. And I just I'm going to leave that up so people, you can find you, The Sandy Rose Show. And there's 4, Sandy Rose, and then there's 3 other people that support the show. So definitely go support the show, ladies and gentlemen. It means a lot. And we keep in mind, even if you can't see it live, you can always go back and watch the reruns of these shows. At least I'm pretty sure Sandy Rose keeps hers up just like I do. Okay, Charles says, you are a Kaiser. Please give them your information. I will make sure they get your information, Charles. I will make sure that gets out to you. So you were in the service and then you went into your career in corrections. Is that right, Antonio?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I tell you, you guys, I'm just, like I said, I'm just impressed with both your backgrounds. Let me ask both of you, what is your why of why you do what you do with 100 Black Men? What's your why?
I'll go first with this. So.
Okay.
My why is understanding that we need to respect each other. Mm-hmm. And one of the ways that I can do that is showing it.
Right.
My thing is we bring our heart and not our agenda. And the most impactful action we can do is listen.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's funny. That's a good question. Man, bring the question. Hey, Tony, that's a great question. My why is I have a slogan: if not us, then who? If not us, then who? Ain't nobody coming to save us. So we can stop looking at that door and looking back. What we got is what we have. And I got a reminder, and I share this with the mentees all the time. Probably about my daughter graduated in 2018, and I have 2 daughters out. I don't have any boys or young men. And I remember my daughter was getting ready for the prom, and my wife, at the time, my daughter was going to the same school that my wife was teaching at. And, it's prom season, so the young man had to come over and introduce herself. I think they were having dinner or something. But my wife, just fast forward. My wife knew the kid from going to the same school. And when he came over there to the house to actually meet me, because I had never met him, his whole body language was just, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Because I was looking at the cameras from the time he hit the corner and pulled up in front of the house. I was like, no, I don't like his body language. And to be honest with you, man, I have to be a man and admit my wrong. So by the time he made it to the door, we didn't make it in. I stepped outside and I talked to him, and it was just that, he was just, it just wasn't right up to my liking. So when he left, of course, my wife came to me, and my daughter, she was upset because I really didn't give the young man a chance. Yeah. And my wife said, you know what? This is what I have a problem with. You run around with your fraternity, you do this and this for the community. Here it is, your daughter is about to go on a prom. You don't know what it took for that young man to build up enough confidence to come talk to you. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I'll be honest, I didn't want to hear it. But when I got by myself the next day, I thought about it. And I said, you know what? Him and my daughter may not go off and get married. It's just a date to the prom. She said, you know what? If you help him, maybe you can save him for somebody or somebody else's daughter. Teach him. And from that, it just got in me even more,
Wow.
There's a lot of these young men. And then me and the young man had a conversation. I think at his household, there were no men in the house. It was his mom, his auntie, and 3 other female siblings, and I believe the dog was a female. You know, that's just a little humor, but I just had to, you know, change my ways, and that's what changed my why. Because just because I don't have any boys, that don't mean I can't be effective out here. So it's shaped me to who I am now. I will.
So that in that situation, that was prom night.
No, that was leading up to the prom. That was leading up to the prom. You know how a few months, you're gonna be my date.
Okay.
So they come over to the house. The guy's supposed to come over. Hey, sir, you know, I'm such and such. I want to take your daughter to the prom. Well, my wife already knew him because they all at the same school. I didn't.
Ah. What did your wife think about him?
I'm sorry, said it again?
What did your wife think of him?
My wife is very open. I don't think anybody can do any wrong. And I get on her about that sometimes. We laugh at it. She's like, you know, she's been a teacher and basketball coach for the last 33 years. So, you know, she was like, I think she was sizing. I don't think she was sizing me up. Like, how you gonna handle this? You know, he's out here doing all this in the community. How is he going? His own daughters. How is he going to approach this situation? And that was, you know, she was like, you know, he's a good kid, which he is. He just don't know direction. You know, I mean, direction. He just needed a man around. So, you know, hey, after we talked, and you know what he told me, man? After he came back the second time and we really talked, he said, man, you just don't know. You just don't know how hard it was for me to come over to meet you because I've heard so much about you.
Wow.
So that crushed me. You know what I mean? You know, that crushed me.
Yeah, I think it touched your heart because have you been where he was? Have you been that young man and had to go talk to the father?
Absolutely. And yes.
And
but when I went, you know, I was fortunate enough to have my dad and mom and dad around. I knew what to say. You know, now these generations are different. You know, right. Although they're different, it's still a level of respect. But if you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
So he wasn't being disrespectful. He knew he was just doing what he knew.
Right.
So you know.
Yeah. And that's where I think the 100 Black Men come in, because we, as you know, I don't even tell you this. So many of our boys are being lost to incarceration because they don't have a man there to help them. You know, for them to find their way, find themselves. They don't even know that they're looking for themselves. That's who they're looking for. They think it's and they don't know how to find themselves. They don't know how do I start in a career? What is a career? Really? I mean, that in itself. And next thing you know, they're caught up in something they may not even know how they got there. So that's why I think I applaud everything you guys do so much, because I know that you're saving lives. I know that there are kids who sometimes they just want somebody to care about the things they're doing. That's, you know, and just like you said, what you mentioned about listening, that's huge. Just having a man around. I was blessed to be raised with a strong father in the home. And I know that was a blessing. I know. And I had a strong uncle. I had those two men that if whatever one didn't give me, the other one did, type thing. And but they were right there. They were present. I didn't have to look for them. Nothing. That was a blessing. It was a gift, really, for in being a female. I can only imagine what a male must feel like when you don't have it. I can't imagine. Yeah.
And Miss Mary, one of the things we do have to understand is just because a father is in the house doesn't mean he's present.
That's true.
And doesn't mean he's active. And it's no fault to anyone because all of us get tired.
Yeah.
But one of the things me and Zoe also say is, if you think education is expensive, wait till you find out what ignorance is going to cost you.
Yep.
And we both almost lost our whole careers because of ignorance. Luckily, we had someone that was there for us that got us over that hump.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, just listening.
I'm glad you brought that up, Tony.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's real. It's no, yeah, for sure. I did write down the quote of "If not us." I put "If not us." ... Who? That's what. That's what.
That's right. I mean, hey, we keep talking about everything else is going on, which is cool in the world of politics. But guess what? What we gonna do? Sit there and keep crying about it? We still have these communities. We still got these young men, these young women, and these guys. So that's what we're on. I mean, it's easy. And that's another thing, too. You have to be able to relate. And I think it's so easy for me and Tony because we can relate. We've been through this. And we just, like I just tell the inmates, man, a lot of times we were doing the same things. I just got to the stoplight, went left, and you went, no, I went right and you went left. Mm-hmm. There's no difference, just thank God for the mentors and the people I had in my life at that time to change my actions and the way I was thinking, and that goes to my parents. I mean, but during that time, parents, father in the house alone, you still had to deal with what was going on those streets. And better.
I think the hardest part, because I speak for I grew up, I did not know that I grew up low income. I didn't know any of that. I'm living just fine to me, not knowing that it could have probably been better and all those things, but to me it was fine. But at the same time, I remember the fights. I remember all these things going on in our community, not understanding that a lot of it is just because people were frustrated.
Yes.
They were frustrated with they didn't have enough, or they didn't, there was never enough money or never enough. I don't know if there was enough. There was always food in our house, so I didn't know if there was food in somebody else's. But all of the frustrations of not having enough or not having what you wanted led to a lot of people doing things that may have cost them their life in some ways. And it could be incarceration, or someone tried to harm them, all these things. But when you say go left and right, that is, someone just told me this recently. Everybody has a choice. Everybody.
That's right.
What I think what you're doing is saying, let's help them make the right choice.
Yes.
That's it. Nothing.
Very accurate.
Mm-hmm. Just help them make the right choice. That's all. Because we can all go either way. I mean, I can tell you some stories. I don't know if I want to hear them, but the point is, I will say this: that fork in the road was there for me too. I could have went either way, and I just was like, no. I want the one thing I want more in life, and that I appreciate, is my freedom. That means the world to me. But where did I get that from? Why is that so important to me? See, and why isn't it as important to somebody else? See, those kind of choices, I don't think we even recognize they came from somewhere. Your work is so important because you're saying, choose this way. This is the way to go. This is the road you want to take. Right. That's what you're saying. Don't take the other one, because that one, as they say, leads to destruction.
The road is that.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them that all the time. I say, when you wake up, you get a chance and a choice. And you know, and they're like, well, how can you say that in these circumstances? Well, look, man, you people, sometimes they get sentenced to life in prison, right? Well, after 5 or 10 years, they started working it down. They thought they would never come home. So that just because you got life in prison, that don't mean for you to become a nuisance in prison. Mm-hmm. You know, you work it out. You go back to school. You show some growth. Mm-hmm. And guess what? A lot of times that life sentence, they'll let you out. You know, you may have to go to the board 3 or 4 times, but eventually you will get out.
Yeah. Yeah, they say 90. I think it's like 98% get out. The percentage is really high. People.
Especially now, they trying to get everybody out. They said going broke.
Oh, I don't know about that part. Well,
when it comes to inmates and parolees, they are. I mean, so what's the average cost now? 35,000 per incarcerated.
Yeah,
individual?
35 to 38,000
a year.
a year.
And then tack another 10 if he has mental issues or some kind of health issue. So when I first started, it was 22,000 per inmate. Now, you talk about 30 years later, you're talking almost 50,000.
Yeah, per inmate.
Per.
Yeah.
Wow. And you can go, I think, could you go to USC for that? You can go somewhere for that. I can promise you that. For 50,000 a year?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Well, Elaine says here, he says, Mr. Winters. Elaine says, Mr. Winters, look what God turned around for what could have been a negative and the impact you are having. Mr. Duncan, you both are serving your purpose. Thank God for you both, the 100 Black men. I agree.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. We'll see you at some of your events. Just let us know and we'll come out and support.
Wow, that's wonderful. So thank you, Elaine. And I like to support. Did you do any last words from both of you?
You won't. I'll go first with this one.
Okay.
Yes. What men Duncan like to say is, don't put your morals on nobody. Because even growing up in the same household, you're gonna have a different process, and that's between brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So everybody had their own truth. If someone hear voices, that's their truth.
Yeah.
It ain't your truth, but it's their truth.
Right.
And understand some of the things that we think is funny can lead to somebody else's life.
Wow.
So when we look at things through a different lens, we telling ourselves, we're not going to put our morals on other people. We're going to help them see what their morals are and see, can we add more tools to it? And I yield my time. It's on you, Don.
All right, thank you. Well said. As well, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for following us and just basically being there. We've left our contact information. If there's anybody in the audience where you have a son, don't think that we just mentor young men. We also mentor young women as well. Just appreciate it. I wish I was in live on screen, but hey, we'll make it. So we improvise. We're gonna make it work. As long as one of us on the screen, I can do it for the farm.
Yeah.
So appreciate you and your husband for giving us opportunity. And thank you. If there's anything else we could do for you, let us know.
Oh, thank you. I want to make sure I put it was Idella had a comment, and I want to make sure I put your your telephone number, anyone, ladies and gentlemen, to contact them. And if you're interested in joining the organization or interested in donating to the organization also, you can contact the 100 Black Men of America, the Inland Empire chapter. I'd like to thank both of you for coming on today. I really do appreciate you both. I'm so impressed with everything you guys are doing. And I could say the same thing. We're here. I'd like to have you back. If you would like to come back again, we'd love to have you.
We definitely love to come back.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for today. Look how fast the hour goes when you're having fun. Huh? It goes pretty fast. But we want to thank all of you in the audience. Thank you for coming out. Please share the show with your friends and family. I'm without a doubt we're going to have both of Mr. Duncan and Mr. Winters back again and have them share with you maybe some of their stories, the success stories of the youth that they're working with. any of that, but just know that we're just so grateful for the work that they're doing. Thank you all for being here today. Love you, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Mary.